This is the Plain English Real Estate Show with your host, Rowena Patton, a show that focuses on the real estate market in terms you can easily understand. Call Rowena now. The number is 240-9962 or 1-800-570-9962. Now here's the English girl in the mountains, the agent that I would trust, Rowena Patton.
All right, good morning. You've got Patrick Franzen here with Rowena All-Stars here in Asheville, North Carolina. You know, we're brokered by EXP here in Asheville, North Carolina. I want to welcome everybody. We're going to have an exciting show today. We've got a guest. He's calling in and has called in from California, so I'm super excited about having Drew Nichols, who's also with EXP in California. We'll start hearing a little bit about what their market's doing, and, of course, we'll cover some of that Cache CPO program. I know you guys are anxious to hear about that. And so, yes, good morning. Good morning. We've got a Saturday morning here in Asheville. We've got all kinds of exciting stuff. It's clearing up a little bit. I got some blue skies in the background, and we have our parade today. Randy,
clearing up just in time for a parade, a Christmas parade, a holiday parade.
Good morning, Randy. Good morning.
Hey, it's good to talk with you, Patrick. Good to be back with you.
It's an exciting day today.
Yeah, the annual holiday parade starts at 11 o'clock this morning. Look for the iHeart crew there. There'll be, there's no telling what they'll be riding, but they'll be there because we've seen them around here this morning in the studios, packing up the coffee jugs and, you know, going to ride in the parade. So they're watch for the iHeart crew today in the parade.
Yeah, man. I was yesterday I was seeing a lot of folks prepare. I happened to stop by the mall, and Dillard's was getting their floats all ready to go, and they were all excited, man. You know, it was smiles everywhere. It does. You know, Randy, it just brings a good feeling when you go to the parade and you see all these kids and older folks and just the whole community together, and you run into somebody that you forgot that you loved, and so now you can reconnect with your neighbors. We've hopefully going to get through what the COVID thing is all, and so the community. I've heard that all the merchants are sort of getting involved with it this year too, and sort of opening up. And,
fantastic.
You know, doing it earlier in the day, and I think it's going to be great for Asheville. You know, we enjoy our downtown and we share it with a lot of people, but this gives the locals the opportunity to come down and get together and get involved. But yeah, so the parade today, it's I don't know, it's going to be a fantastic hot chocolate event. Probably, I would think that you would probably find some pretzels and some funnel cakes and some stomach aches and
funnel cakes and stomach aches.
But it's so good going down, you can't resist it.
That's a country song. Funnel cakes and stomach aches. That's a country song. Let's
Gotta
like
be.
That.
Yeah, if we can sing about Applebee's, you know.
Yeah, we
can sing about funnel cakes. We let's see, over at the mall, there's still the little there's a gosh, what am I trying to say? Barnum and Bailey
a fair, amusement rides.
There's some kind of trapeze artist, something another going on at the mall that's finishing up
Asheville
here.
Mall?
Yeah, at the Asheville Mall. I see the tent still there, and they're still, I don't remember the name of it, Randy. I just assume you know everything.
Oh, I don't remember either, but, you know, you've seen one, you've seen them all.
I'm just excited that we're getting out and having community again.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
You know, so... Well, listen, let's talk a little bit about Cache CPO this morning, folks, and what it is we can help you take advantage of a fantastic program. You know, 2 out of 3 sellers get more than a traditional listing with this. It's no showings, no hassles. We make a non-contingent offer on your home there. So it's a full market cash offer with Cache CPO. So if you've got a home that might need a little bit of love here and there, you know, you can take advantage of this Cache CPO program. It involves all kinds of different ways of being able to help you. So if you've got, different kind of options would be if you're a for sale by owner, you can work with this cash program. If you're relocating, if you're retiring, if it's an estate, you've lost your folks. Maybe you're going through a divorce. We've got one right now that's working beautifully for a divorced couple. And the communication's been really good. Our team has been fantastic with both of them. And it's working out in their favor. They just relieved a lot of pressure off of themselves. So it's bringing smiles to some folks. I bet they're going to that parade today. So Cache CPO, folks, for the folks that don't know what Cache CPO is we bring you a full market offer on your home. And so you can take advantage. We come out, we'll do the CPO as a certified pre-owned. So we get an appraisal. We get the inspections done for you. We find out what's going on with the home. And, they'll pay for the inspections and the appraisal and find out what your home value is worth. And then when you come to market, you're fully educated with a shined up home. You know what it's worth, and you know of any defects in the home. Whether or not you fixed them or not, you know about them and you can disclose those. Makes it a lot easier not to lose the home. In real estate, about a third of the transactions out there fall out. So, you want to do everything you can to prepare your home to get sold and get to the closing table. Well, with Cache CPO program, it's a full market value offer. You don't have to worry about showing the homes. You don't have to worry about getting the dogs out and getting out of the home and showing, which is a huge hassle, especially if maybe you own a home and you have renters in it. Well, working with the renters to get them in and out, and man, that's something that really this program's fantastic with. You don't have to worry about moving your renters out of there to get, showings on the home. So Cache CPO is a fantastic opportunity for anybody. Even if you've got a beautiful home ready to go, doesn't need any repair, Cache CPO may work for you. Maybe you've moved. Maybe you're going to move. Maybe you've already made an offer on a home and you need to get that home sold. Well, Cache CPO will work for you in a fantastic way of being able to move you along, get you into the other home, and then you get to reap the windfall, the waterfall effect of Cache CPO. So without further ado, though, Randy, I'd like to invite Drew Nichols. He's from California, and he's a EXP realtor there. Drew, welcome to CashCPO.com, our
Hey,
radio
Patrick.
News channel here in Asheville, North Carolina. Of course, we broadcast all over, Drew. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Nice to be on with you and be a part of the show here. Looking forward to getting into some interesting topics.
Yeah, so it's kind of early there for you. Is it nice and sunny? The weather feeling good in Cali?
It's changing out here. The leaves are falling. It's poured rain all night. And, yeah, you guys got me out of bed a little earlier on a Saturday, but I'm usually a pretty early riser anyway. So.
Well, good. Well, how's your experience there as an agent? How's it been this year for you? Has it been really active? Are you finding what's your market doing there? Is it going up, going down, sideways? Give us a little feel of what California's doing.
Yeah, of course. It's definitely been experiencing some changes. COVID situation for us exploded our market. We are just north of the Bay Area. I'm in Sonoma County, Mendocino County, wine country up there. And, you just needed to have a pulse to sell a house over the last 2 years, and a license, of course. But since then, things have changed a lot. And, part of the issue we're dealing with on both sides is, yes, there's less transactions. We're down about a third, year to date over where we were volume wise last year. The other part of that is there's still a major lack of inventory. There's no homes to buy either, from the perspective of people aren't wanting to trade their, 3.5%, 4% interest rate for an 7.5%, 8%. And so it's been this interesting situation where we're seeing, transactions be down, but supply and demand, becoming a bit of a challenge. And also buyers just being a lot more picky and reserved. So we've been dealing with some of those challenges and finding some creative solutions like Cash CPO to help kind of get us through on both sides of those challenges for both buyers and sellers.
Yeah, man, you know it. And that's what a great tool to have for your buyers and your sellers, to be able to, when you say buyers, you're providing buyer with a better home, because oftentimes we're coming in with the Cash CPO program and putting a little bit into the home. Well, maybe it needs a new HVAC, maybe it needs a new roof. Right now we've got one that we're putting a new septic system in. It was just rotted away, and it happens. The home's 50 years old. And so we, here in our market, we've got, we've got a good amount of septic systems. So you run into that. We don't have a whole lot of access to public sewer because of our terrain being what it is. It's the infrastructure is growing, but it's not easy to put pipes in the mountain. But that being said, going in and repairing these homes, the CPO program, I'm providing a better home instead of a wore-out home. And quite honestly, what I've found is the interest rate being so high and the price being so high in our market because of demand, a lot of people coming here, wanting to come here. And so it's hard to get in there and fix a home up after you've bought it because you're strapped, especially if you're a first-time buyer.
I think the other part of that we're seeing out here with it, prices tightening up and buyers being a lot more conservative is buyers just lack imagination. Us as agents, we can go in and say, hey, well, if you paint it and you do, put some new countertops on here, you'll have a whole new house. But with a buyer, they don't see that. They may turn down wanting to write an offer because they don't like the color of one of the rooms. And so what we're finding to really help, sellers kind of overcome that is the houses that are turnkey and are looking good. Those are the ones that are still generating, full price or over, multiple offers. But the ones that need that work, like you said, where buyers feeling like they're going to have to come and spend more money on the house once they buy it, that's really presenting some challenges for some of our sellers. And so we've really been able to utilize Cash CPO to not only help them get their home sold quickly, but also to help them maximize the value of their home. And like you had said in the beginning, there is even getting them more money than they would have if we would have just put it on the market without improving the home and dealing with that issue of buyers just having that lack of imagination and or not having any of their own budget to fix it up once they close on the sale.
Yeah, so let's cover a little bit about that. With the Cash CPO team, you purchase the home at full market value, and then you get the client, the seller is getting up to an advance of up to 70%. We call that basically stage one closing. And then
Correct.
Cash CPO comes in and they front the money to freshen the home up, to remodel it, do the little things. On this home that I just did, we painted the whole inside white, and it just was beautiful. We came from turquoise and orange and yellow and reds and dark blues to a fresh home, man. It's got wood trim. It just really pulled it out. So it took a kitchen that was sort of mixed in a mosh of stuff, and it just really made it explode. Because then the cabinets, I didn't even realize how pretty they were. But with the white walls, man, it really made it. So, now we've got a freshened up home. We go back to market with it. The seller at this point in time, they get all the profits on the resale. There is about a 5 to 10% program fee, just depending on how long it takes to sell necessarily. But that's why we freshen it up, to give it a chance to go to market. And we know what it's worth. We've got an appraisal. now we can add to it and in our mind figure out what it is. Okay, we did these improvements to the home. Sometimes improvements just help it sell, but then sometimes improvements add value. So even with the CPO program, if you've got an unfinished basement and we've got a little bit of time, hey, listen, let's go finish that basement out. Let's make this thing pop. If we can add $100,000 of value to the home, hey, why don't we do it? Some situations, folks don't have to get out of the home real quick. So then we can go ahead and organize getting those fixes done and even pay them at the closing, the first initial closing, which in the Cash CPO program, that's where it lends the seller the ability to clean up their home and have a chance to make a profit. I don't know, man. It's been great for my folks that I'm helping with now. Maybe it's not for everybody. However, I'm finding that I'm offering it to every listing I go out to. What about you, Drew?
Yeah.
What are you finding?
Yeah, I've been doing the same and really using it as a creative solutions for some folks that are, in some different positions. And real estate isn't everybody all the same, but you find everybody has a different situation. So some of the great benefits also is, once you get that 70%, of value in the homes being fixed up, Cash CPO is helping. They're covering the carrying costs, between that point and when it goes back on the market and sells. And that's really helped a lot of my clients. Another thing that's been a huge value is, if people are needing to sell their home and go and buy another home. I have a lot of, folks that are at the point where they're their house is too big and they want to, move into something a little bit more smaller and more manageable. And, as they're running out there, they're not having to write contingent offers that are as long or have as many question marks on them. We're able to get these Cash CPO offers on the table immediately, get them into escrow, and then we're able to get them to go out and be able to write offers on those other homes that may be of, a little bit smaller price tag than the ones they were selling, but that's what they're looking for because, life can sometimes contract as you get older, and sometimes getting them from A to B possesses some challenges and can create some anxiety for the customer. And so this has been a really great tool to help kind of alleviate some of that pressure for them. And again, it helps us stand out in our market is just being creative and finding ways to move the needle for people that really need help.
CPO has brought opportunity for a lot of folks too, and I'll explain it to you like this, Drew. What I've just run into recently is I had a lady that was moving from Florida. Okay. Have you got your home up for sale? No, but I really want to move on up there. I'm ready to go. So I'm going to get my realtor and we're going to get this house sold. I said, okay, well, that sounds great. Tell you what, would you like to receive a cash offer for that home? Now, of course, I can't present it, but I've got an agent there that can. And do you know, so we went, we got it created. We presented an offer to her, came up here, we put an offer on a home that she wanted up here that I'd been shopping with her for. And it gave her the opportunity to have the money to be able to come up here and buy. She didn't own any money on that home. So she took the 70%. She carried it up here. She's in the midst of selling the home right now. It's just gone to market. It really didn't need any shining. In fact, she had been hit by Hurricane Ian and just got her home, one of the few that have already been repaired and finished. And so she's going to market with a shiny place, and there's not really any other product out there. So I'm anxious to hear her say she's gotten it sold and taking advantage of that windfall, that waterfall, which is getting the profits on the resell, which are, if you look at any other type of investment program, most of the time they're 50%, and then you got to pay for those repairs out of your 50% that they paid you. So those programs can be often difficult, and that's one of the things that Rowena saw in this program and shared now that has created, and she's the founder of CPO, experts.com. And so with that, she's created an opportunity for our whole team to reach out all over the United States. And it's incredible because we've got teams in every state that offer this CPO program. So if you're listening and you're out in Texas, reach out to our CPOexperts.com, the Cache CPO program, and we'll find an agent right there on that website. You can click on Find an Agent. It will take you to a map of the United States. You click on the state, it delves in even closer. So it's becoming an incredible program. And, Drew, what I've been able to do is come in and I'm going to listings with an offer in the pocket. And
yeah,
that's pretty incredible for me to be able to offer folks right off the bat, hey, here's a solution. You're in a pickle. And, it's a way to get people to go ahead and come out with that information, because there's nothing worse than finding out that they're 2 months behind on payments and that they go into proceedings for foreclosure in another 20 days. At that point in time, it's kind of hard for the agent to help you get the house sold traditionally. Your traditional sale, you need to get to market, you get somebody, it takes couple of days to get the offer right if it's perfect. And most of the time, if you hadn't made your payment in 2 months, the house hadn't really been given any love in a while because you've been in a pickle.
Right.
So, you're sort of running into a home that's wore out and you need to sell it in 20 days. Well, guess what? We got Cache CPO. And if you're not upside down on your mortgage, most of the times we can take that program and use it to your benefit. And in fact, we've just helped some folks, and it makes you feel good that you help somebody save their credit, number one, not ruin themselves with a foreclosure, and then they have an opportunity to make some money on it. And it's just, it feels good as an agent. We get thrown under the bus a little bit here and there, but we're all so busy trying to do so many things. And this Cache CPO has certainly made me busy, Drew. I don't know about you. What's going on as far as which program are you focusing on? Are you doing more of the for sale by owners? Are you going for expired listings? Are you dealing with divorce CPO or retirement CPO? We've got the new buildercpo.com program too.
Yeah, as of now, we've really been helping a lot of the FSBOs expired and in general, listings that were going on where the program just makes a lot of sense. I had a lady who had inherited a house and, she lived 2.5 hours away, and the house happened to be in our area that we worked on. And so, she had tried it as a for sale by owner, was thinking about listing it. I went by and looked at it, and it was just such a perfect match for Cache CPO and the opportunity in that, the house just needed a little paint, some countertops, and a little bit of love in order to really not only just be more sellable, but have some value added. And this lady's trying to figure out where she's going to get the money, how she's going to get here from out of town to make it work. And it was just logistically a nightmare for her. And that was right, one of my first deals that I started doing with Cache CPO, where it was, well, hey, here's a solution for you where you can get your money right now, because it turned out she had already out of her pocket paid some of the other heirs the money, and then she was going to reclaim that money when she sold the house. And we're dealing with a market that hasn't had any major, downturn as far as price goes, but we're definitely teetering on an edge here from the regards of, time is of the essence. The longer that asset sits empty with nobody taking care of it in a market where we're seeing interest rates go up and things change, you're more and more at risk. She was more at risk every single day from the situation she was in. And so when we brought her the offer, not only did that help make her flush with what she had already been for out of pocket, but it alleviates the problem of her now having to basically move to the area for a short period of time and try to find people to do work in an area that she's not familiar with. The program helped handle all that for her. And that actually turned out to be a really good situation. And like you just said, it's nice to help people. It's nice to be able to think outside of the box with programs like this that, some other agents don't even know exist and have access to, in order to just help good people make good things happen for themselves and, provide a nice home for a future buyer as well.
Yeah, man. You're exactly right. You just said it. This is not your average, traditional listing. It's not your traditional transaction, but it is something that can help you and help the community. Like I touched on before, you and I as listing agents are bringing a home that's shined up a little bit better. It's going to last your new buyer a lot more time on of a life for a home with a new roof if it needed one, or a new HVAC, or maybe add foundation problems. We're here in the mountains. We got a lot of moving parts here, and homes tend to slide down the hill a little bit after about 50 years. So we have structural stuff. I've become a structural expert, although I'm not a structural engineer. I can see that a big giant crack going through the foundation or up the foundation wall might be an issue. But, fixing those kind of things, coming back to the market with a shined up home is not the traditional way of necessarily doing it. And you said it, coming through COVID, it was pretty easy. You could just pretty much lay there and have a deal, right? So, it's funny, but now you're having to sort of understand the market, and you're having to having empathy for folks and understand where they're coming from and delving into it. And that's one of the things that Cache CPO has helped me understand and sort of come back in to what a normal market, we're getting closer to where you've got a little bit of a ability to negotiate. Homes are staying on the market a little bit longer here. My folks are actually having opportunities to be able to buy. We're not going through the 5 contracts and missing out on homes and losing out to highest and best. You just never know what the highest and best offer is, but so it's getting to be a little bit more normal. Clement Huglar came up with the economic cycle back in 1860. And about every 10 years, we go through dips, highs and dips. So you can see that chart there on cpoexperts.com. And what it shows is we're going sort of out of the peak, 2021, 2022, we were at a peak with the rates being at 3 to 5. And so then at the beginning of this year, when the rates started going, we started seeing it taper off. We're coming off of the peak and we're heading towards the trough. And it's going to be a couple of years, we're going into an election year. Things are sliding a little bit. Prices are sliding because sellers are realizing, hey, I need to drop the price a little bit before they even come to market. So I don't see folks coming to market with that high price and actually getting it. They're considering, okay, we're going to take it a little lower price because we know the market's coming down. We can feel it. The internet is telling me, the newspapers are telling me, the radio's telling me, so I better listen. So I've got some folks that are, realizing that I'm not going to get that big crazy price right now because people are paying that interest rate and the cost of money's gone up. And so, the sellers are coming off of it a little bit, and they're realizing that, hey, higher interest rates, higher payments, people can't afford that $500. Somebody that was $500 in February is now $400 in November. So, as far as their payment, if they're a payment person, which is 95% of the folks out there, they're a payment person. So they're wanting to pay attention to what they're paying a month to live. And that has creeped up a lot, Drew, here in Western North Carolina. And I'm sure there in California, in the Bay Area, Sonoma County, it's gone up as well. everybody out there in
Oh,
listening
yeah.
land, we're talking with Drew Nichols here. He's from the California market. He's with EXP, and he's taken a really good opportunity here with Cache CPO, and he's created success. And he's on the radio here with us today to sort of help share what nationwide is sort of going on. So we're on the other coast, the left coast, and figuring out what's going on with their market. Drew, thank you for getting on the radio with us. Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. So, I have a real estate team that I run here in Sonoma County and Mendocino County, just at the far end of the North Bay area. And like you said, our cost of living out here is definitely going up. You know, the grocery bills, the gas pumps, all of those are definitely something that everybody's feeling, and that is impacting people. And so, you know, a lot of what we're looking to do and do on a daily basis is we're just helping, you know, not just sell homes. Homes are selling themselves, but we're consultants, and we're helping consult people about what their options are to help them sell their home and still maximize that value. And so, you know, if you're interested in learning more, you can go to soldbydrew.com, sold by Drew Nichols, and learn more. But for us, it's really about serving people in a way that's helping get their home sold quicker and faster and for more money than what some other agents are able to do out there, because they're not connected and don't understand these programs that we're talking about today, like Cash CPO or Divorce CPO and these different solutions that are out there. It's required now in this type of market that the agent you choose to work with knows that these programs exist, knows if they're right for you, and then knows how to utilize them for you to take advantage, you know, in the way that's possible based on your current market conditions. And so that's a lot about what we've been doing out here and shifting business, because, you know, we're still running a business and advising agents, you know, the way we were 6 months ago, would be doing them a great disservice. You're right on the money in regards that purchasing power has gone down. You know, people's ability to offer more has gone down because that has been sucked up by the higher interest rate. And so people are not only in a position where they can't offer as much, but they're also just becoming a little bit more selective. So, you know, the houses that are fetching the premiums in our area, the top dollars, the over askings, those are turnkey.
Yeah.
Those are where, you know, the buyers are going, okay, we can move in here, you know, drop our suitcases and unpack our boxes, and we're living. You know, I don't have to paint and put, you know, $5,000-$6,000 into carpet and you know, all of those things. And so those positioning our sellers' homes to be that property in this market and utilizing Cash CPO as a tool to do that has been extremely powerful. And it's how we're helping people still really get top dollar for their home in our marketplace.
Yeah, buyers and buyers agents prefer a home that is turnkey. You know, if it needs painting or deep clean or a new roof, you know, as a buyer's agent, my buyer doesn't have time to deal with that. You know, she's not wanting to mess with that. I've got someone right now. She's a single. She works at Biltmore here, and she works 50 hours a week. She can't go and take care of putting a roof on that and make sure it's done right, and probably doesn't really understand it a whole lot either. So that scares her. She doesn't want to run to a house that needs repair. And that's one of the nice things about this cash offer that we bring you, you know, compared to other investor programs that are out there and other groups. You know, you get a 65% offer, and that's just you're in an area that's really exploding or something. But, you know, then you have to pay for your own repairs out of that money. And with Cash CPO, of course, you don't go through any of that. Let them take care of the headaches. They have a project manager that holds your hands, lets you decide on what you want to repair, what you want to budget, go out and help you find those repairmen, and we're all looking for the best price. We actually have created so many relationships with our Cash CPO program. I've got incredible folks that are helping me right now. And I've just been impressed with the pricing I've been getting has been really good too. So, I'm finding that as the market is shifting, my worker guys aren't as busy as they were. It's kind of nice because I'm able to get something done fairly quickly right now. Now, of course, we've got relationships to where we're feeding these folks all the time. So maybe we do get a little bit of preferential treatment on timing because they know as realtors, we're trying to get that house back on the market, and we're kind of under the gun a little bit to not sit on our hands. And so we're active. We're pushing to get that house to market. And so with the Cash CPO program, it's been really great. You don't have to come out of your pocket for these repairs until after what I'll call there's the initial closing. And that's kind of stage one of your closing transactions. But then on the second transaction is when you would pay for those repairs out of the sale of the home. So it's a great program. I've often had other investors say, man, I don't know about this program. This is kind of risky. Well, our buyer is doing this 3,000, 4,000 homes this year. And, that's pretty powerful when you're able to do that amount of transactions. So, they're not trying to make a big windfall. They're certainly not trying to hold on to your home either. They don't want the home. They've never kept a home. They've sold every home that they've ever worked with in the Cash CPO program. So, it's an opportunity to where they use their program fees to make their engine turn, and they know what they're going to pull out of it. It's not a get rich quick scheme on one house. They do a lot of homes. So I don't know, man. I'm so fantastically thrilled to be able to offer this to my people, and I feel really good about it. I've worked with the teams, with the CPO experts. Everyone holds your hand. I've gotten answers in every turn. So it's been really phenomenal for me. Well, Rowena has really put a fantastic program together with CPO experts, and it's just spreading like wildfire. And it's because people realize that getting a full market cash offer and being able to close in 12 days is a necessity for some folks right now. And then you have opportunity to make money on your home when before you didn't. So it's a way, what's happened to me recently is I've had some folks say, well, listen, we don't care about the back end. We just want money and we want to go. Okay, well, let's talk about that money because there's money on the backside. Cash CPO isn't wanting to keep that money, so you can donate that money. And we've just now, there's a program called Tunnel to Towers. And so now you can give it to the veterans. They'll use that money to buy a home. You can donate it to whoever you would like, those profits that come with that windfall. So, Drew, what else are you finding in your market, the folks that you're helping with the CPO program?
Well, I think the other part of it that's been helpful is for us is people who have tried to sell their home and weren't successful. And, we refer to those as expired listings, but really those are just, in my opinion, people that either didn't get good advice or didn't take good advice, because every home will sell. It's just a matter of finding the right path for the right home and where the buyers are and having the market match that. But as we go and are meeting with some people who had tried to sell their home, they're a little bit frustrated. They don't know why it didn't sell. Like I said, a lot of times we're noticing that there's specific issues with the home that aren't necessarily big issues, but maybe that they're not aware of or they don't have the ability to address themselves. And that's preventing them from being able to move on get the home sold and get on to that next chapter in their life. And so, again, they don't even know that a program like this exists to help them solve their problems. Their previous agent might not have even been aware that that's the case. And so when we come in and really meet with people and not just try to be flashy and fancy, but really get in there and have a conversation with them about, what their needs are, why they want to sell, what their life is like if they have to stay in the home for a longer period of time, and really, dig in deep about what's going on, we're finding that we're able to create solutions for them to be able to move on. And that's been incredibly beneficial to a lot of people who even tried to sell their home at a time when the market was better and couldn't get it done and feel like they missed out on an opportunity there. And, had some frustrations with their previous agent, or just didn't understand why their home wasn't selling. And, we've been able to utilize Cash CPO with those types of sellers to really get in and provide some clarity on what's going on, why their home hasn't sold, and how we can help fix those issues to get the property sold, and let them know they're going to get an offer at a full appraised value, the full market value of their home. They're going to be receiving an offer on that, and that provides them with a lot of insight and clarity on their specific situation. And so again, it's thinking outside the box and providing opportunity in a way that other agents and people in the market just didn't understand was possible and available, and shining that light on the possibilities and the programs that are out there for people. It's just something that's really helped, and it's really helped us stand out in our marketplace. Like you said, when we show up with an offer for, full market value on day one, they already know that they're maybe talking to somebody who's a little different, thinking a little different, and maybe actually has some solutions to help them get from where they are to where they want to be, and that's what I enjoy doing every day.
That's right. So how it works, folks out there in radio land, is you would receive a cash offer on your home for up to 70% of the market value, and that would be within 12 days. You'd get a full market value cash offer within 24 hours. So all we need to do is just come out to your home. We'll take a peek at it. We'll get that offer to you within 24 hours. The next step would be to, Cash CPO. Our Cash CPO team would work with vendors and make the necessary updates to your home, from new paint, new roof, landscaping, everything, whatever in between. We would improve the home. And then you and I, as listing agents, we'd get to work on listing your home and then receive a top dollar offer. Once we receive that offer, and once your home sells, you get to keep the upside, which is, 2/3 of the sellers make more than they would on a traditional home sale. And because on the traditional home sale, you got to minus out all those repairs. And, on a traditional home sale, you probably didn't do an inspection. You probably didn't do an appraisal. So you're coming into a situation where you're making a lot less in that traditional home sale than if you would have fixed it up with this Cash CPO program, bring it to market with a decent home that shined up. And right now you're able to let Cash CPO take care of the headaches of repair, take care of the headaches of negotiation, take care of the showing headaches, moving all your stuff out. You avoid the traditional home sales process with Cash CPO. You don't have any showings. You're not living through a home prep, mom mopping the floors, vacuuming, getting ready. This is especially valuable. If you have pets and family and everybody's having to clear out and you got to put the dogs in the car. And anyway, with Cash CPO, you get to move on right now. You get to make offers on other homes. You don't have to have a contingency of your home needs to sell. and non-contingent offers often are much more desirable for a seller. Right now, they're probably looking at it a little bit, but it's not something they want to do. So, you unlock your funds, you unlock your equity in the first transaction, and you can do that in as little as 12 days. You've got your money in your pocket. And then after we relist the home, you get paid out within 3 days of that home closing, the windfall, any of the profits that after we minus the repairs, the program fee, which is often 5 to 9-10% is typical what we have found. It'd be 5% if we sold the home when it went to market. If it sits on the market for maybe 2-3 months, then it'd be closer towards the 8% on their program fee, which is simply a carrying fee. So I've not found a better program where it really relieves a lot of folks, where you can make more than the traditional way of selling a home. And you don't have to worry about the showings. You don't have to worry about getting the house ready. Let this CPO expert team get you taken care of. And we'll bring you a full market cash value based on your appraisal, which they have done within a couple of days. They get an inspection done within a couple of days so that they know what's going on with the home. These are repairs that we need to have taken care of. We're being upfront and honest about the home. This is what we know that's the matter with the home. And it's a lot easier to sell a home when there's not any mystery. As Drew, you know that, right?
That's correct. We want to solve these mysteries before we go to market.
Yeah, and that's what we do. You and I, we delve in there and we find these mysteries. We find the problems and help you go to market. And as a buyer or a buyer's agent, which I am also, it sure is nice when I've got an upfront, honest agent over there that feels good about their product and they're sharing every little thing about it. That brings a lot of comfort for me because, well, I've got somebody that I've got here and I care about them and I want them to have the best home they possibly can. And I don't want to put them into a situation where it needs a new roof or new HVAC. They want a turnkey. Turnkey is the key. So that's what this Cache CPO program provides. That's what I've found anyway, and it's helping people. And I'm a big proponent of it. And I know why Rowena reached out and created this program. She's the founding person for this and has really put together a awesome program. So I'm so proud of her working overtime all the time, putting this program together. I don't know how she does it, but I'm thankful to be working with her because she sure makes it fun for me.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I don't know. You get to sit with her every once in a while. You get to see all the videos and everything that she's provided to understand this full market value cash offer that we have, and to be able to let our buyers and our sellers know, precisely with confidence of what the program provides. And we cover all of them, from bankruptcies, save you from a foreclosure, divorce, for sale by owners. If you're going into a relocation situation, you need your money to go find a house in Asheville, North Carolina. If you're coming here, give me a call. I'll communicate with you wherever you're at. We can get you a Cache CPO offer on your home. And that's what's so tremendous about this. It's offered in every state of the United States. And it's a truly great program. And I'm so thrilled to be part of Cache CPO experts. We're certified pre-owned home experts. So we've gone through all this training that's there to really help you, the buyer and the seller, get the best product out there. So if you're going to be selling your home, I understand how to get your home sold. And that's why you want to come to our Cache CPO program. Go to cpoexperts.com. You can find that agent, and you can find anyone in any state. And then if you're an agent out there and you want to learn about this program and how to take advantage of being a Cache CPO, it's out there. It's available. You can go to the cpoexperts.com as well. And Drew, I want to thank you for getting on the phone so early over there in California and sharing your expertise and your experiences of what your market's doing there, and then also working with us, man, trading leads back and forth and referring folks that are coming from California and going to Western North Carolina and vice versa. So it's been a thrill to share this time with you this morning.
All right, sir. Thank you for having me on. The pleasure's been all mine. Happy to get on with you guys anytime. And yeah, Cash CPO has really changed my business and helped changing the lives of a lot of the sellers and buyers that I'm working with. And yeah, I want to express that gratitude. So thank you very much for having me.
You got it, Drew. Thank you for coming on. And folks out there, we want to share with you CPO. So if you want to go to cpoexperts.com and check that out, it's a great way to get your home freshened up, not use your funds, be able to take advantage of this program and get your home sold. It's been a huge success, and they don't keep homes. They've sold every home they've ever been involved with. So it's a way to get your home sold, know what the value is, know what the problems with the homes are, get them freshened up, cleaned up, be in control of all the freshening and cleaning up, and take advantage of this Cache CPO program. For my listeners out there in the Asheville area, go on out to the parade. It's getting ready to start in a couple of minutes, you guys. It's going to be a great day to get out there and see these local families and your friends there in downtown Asheville. So go check out the parade and see all the exciting stuff going on there as well. And I want to thank everybody for listening to the Real Estate Radio Show here on Fox, Western North Carolina, WNC. It's been phenomenal. Thank you for listening to our program. Randy, you're always incredible. I really appreciate you. What do you think the weather's going to do today? It's not supposed to do anything but get more pretty, right?
You got it. It's going to be a beautiful day. We are, let's see, we've got a high temperature of about 65 expected today. And again, tomorrow, maybe tomorrow night, Monday into Tuesday, we get some much-needed rain around here.
Wow.
I always say on the radio, we are in a really drought situation. Forest fire danger is high. I understand through the Pigeon River Gorge down I-40, it's a virtual war zone this morning. All those wildfires burning. I call it the Black Bear wildfire. So be careful. Just don't do any kind of outdoor burning at all, and keep your butts in the car. If you're a smoker, don't throw a cigarette butt out the window. Keep your butts in the car. You got that?
Yeah, and folks, I've got a new listing out there. It's 218 Potato Branch. It's out in Leicester. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home. It's incredible. It's listed at $499, and we've gotten it sharpened up, and it's looking beautiful. So do take a look at that. Get with your agent, or if you want to, you can, of course, call us over at All-Star Powerhouse. You can look online, too, at mountainhomehunt.com and go to our listings, and you'll find that home at 218 Potato Branch. And, you can also go there to the mountainhomehunt.com, and you can find out what's my home worth. And there's a value program there. You guys have a fantastic day. Call your friends and family, hug them, tell them you love them, and have a wonderful, wonderful time.
This has been the Plain English Real Estate Show with Rowena Patton. Visit Rowena and post your questions at radioasheville.com or call her at 828-210-1648.